Nobody fucking wins. Like it or not, you fight to lose. None of that shit is up to you. So just fuck it, let it through. Stop playing that fucking game. Like it or not, you bet you lose. None of that shit is up to you. So just fuck it, let it through. Now!
He really did.
Being like spiteful and like hating everything, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
What about you?
we had our moment, didn't we?
Back then,
Yeah.
when we start recording Rat Race, right?
yeah.
It was the moment, yeah. It was a fucking
Like you
strong
just
moment.
said, we were so spiteful about everything.
Yeah,
We were so stressed,
yeah.
so defeated.
Angry,
Yeah.
vengeful.
Oh, I still am sometimes.
Yeah, well, you go back and forth. That's the thing. You go back and forth.
My mother's side is fully Christian, everyone. So I was.
So is this evangelistic church
No, it's
American style?
American style Protestant church.
We're fucking talking about
Yeah.
Jesus like it's a burger. American style
Yeah,
burger. or
American.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Majority of these churches in Korea is established by some American missionaries.
Okay.
Fucking 100 years ago.
Yeah.
So I was one of them, and I was born as a Christian because of my mother, and I was brought up in a church. I remember playing along with other kids in the church every Sunday. So I was brought to church every Sunday without my choice.
Yeah.
So I thought everyone was going there too.
All right.
I thought that was what everybody else.
Because that's what everybody
Yeah,
does.
yeah.
It's like a party.
Yeah, I thought that's what everybody else did.
Yeah.
Except my father. My father never went.
Yeah.
No matter what.
But he had
So
problems with Jesus, or you had
I
problems
fucking
with
thought
priests?
my father is the only person in the world who's going to hell.
So you were praying hard for him to say-
Yeah, that's one fucking bullshit
Yeah.
these churches were telling me. Yeah, churches, they are to blame partially. They fucked it tremendously. I mean, organized religion.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
Some
so
of them they do.
anti-intelligent and anyway, they teach bullshit, you know. Anyway, and then I became teenager. I started to think logically.
Yeah, and you discover rock and roll.
Yeah,
and
and
you said,
I
fuck this
discovered
shit.
rock and roll, and I had to see other boys hanging out, having
Yeah.
fun on Sunday, while I was going to church. So
And
I
you
thought,
said, wait, what am I doing?
And then they would fucking tell me
Yeah.
on the street, where you going? I was so shy to say that I'm going to church.
You were embarrassed to say you're going to church.
Yeah, because
yeah,
they were
because-
fucking cool outside. They were hanging out.
Yeah.
None of them went to church. And then I felt this is so fucking uncool. And then I was already a teenager. My brain was developing, and all I hear every Sunday started not to make sense to me. What about fucking dinosaur fossils? I was thinking about this kind of thing.
But it's right to wonder about this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I said it's like a step partake. It's one step partake during the growing up. And then there was one decisive moment. One day, I remember, that was year of 2002. There was this missionary guy,
Yeah.
young new missionary, came to my church, and he was giving this teaching in a Sunday school. He said how he got to Christianity himself. He said that he really didn't want to serve the military.
Okay.
Like widely known now, every Korean man have to serve military for 2 years. He said he
It's
really,
mandatory service.
yeah, really didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
So he prayed to God, please, if you exempt me from this, I will fucking serve you like all my life.
And it happened?
And then he said that it happened miraculously by some kind of a mistake in the military office or something, which I think is bullshit. If he knows how it happened, then how come this office doesn't know? Right?
He guessed, maybe.
I
Well,
don't
that
know.
sounds cool.
He said.
But maybe it's true. You don't know
Maybe
that
it's
it's
true.
true. But you don't know it's bullshit for real.
Yeah, but then I thought, so he said, that time he decided to commit his life to God. And then I was a 14-year-old and I was listening to him thinking, what the fuck are all this?
What the
Well,
fuck?
Is this something I've been believing all my life? And then that reminded me of the other event when I was about 8 years old.
Yeah.
My younger sister was ill. And then my mother told me, you gotta pray for your sister so she can recover.
What did your sister have? Was some health issue?
I don't know. I didn't know. So I prayed so fucking hard. I felt like she would die if I don't pray. So I remember praying so hard
Oh my
for
god.
3
man.
days, and then she recovered.
Yeah, there you
So
go.
I thought. So my mom said it's because you prayed.
Yeah.
But then a few years later, I thought about that event and I thought, yeah, it's a bullshit. She just had a flu. It was a fucking flu. She took medicine.
But you see, this is that's another thing with people that don't believe in God. You cannot win with them. Whatever happens, they always win. You know what I'm saying? But let's just say for the sake of it, that indeed you pray and God listened to you and helped your sister.
Yeah,
There's no way to prove it.
we don't.
But there's thousands, millions of ways to disprove it, right?
Yeah.
You can say she had the flu, she did blah blah
Yeah.
blah. So that's why, man. You know,
There was the point that I
religion,
yeah,
religion, and especially Christianity is difficult. If it was easy,
yeah.
everybody
And
would go to heaven.
And then when the other way, right?
Yeah.
One day I declared to my mom, I ain't going.
You said fuck
So
off.
I was oversleeping Sunday. I was still on bed.
Yeah.
I told my mom on bed, I ain't going.
Yeah.
And then my atheist life started that time. And I used to fucking make fun of other Christian classmates. I even argue with one of those, you know? Like, how come...
I found the truth about you.
Yeah, how come this and this happen if God exists and all this shit? I was fucking disappointed and like thinking this and this doesn't make sense.
What made you argue with these people? If you found your peace, why you were arguing with other people?
Maybe I wasn't. I just thought it was all bullshit and it made me like fucking feel maddening when I saw these people believing in this shit.
You know what I honestly believe? When you know something is bullshit and you're following it
Yeah.
subconsciously, you know subconsciously, you fucking know, but you're trying so hard to keep on this shit because it's much far more difficult to not follow it anymore and say, shit, man, I'm just fucking it. Just making a mistake here. I'm just telling you. You know what I'm saying? It reminds
No, I
me.
never felt that way. I had strong belief that now I'm a mature fucking person.
Yeah.
Now I can think freely, and this is my decision.
Yeah.
There's no God.
Yeah.
Don't fucking start with me.
But you were getting irate about this. You wanted to somehow.
I made fun of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I even.
So it wasn't a peaceful. It wasn't something that you'd be like, okay, you don't believe. I don't believe. You believe. That's fine. Never mention this to me. All right. Fuck off. It wasn't like this. You were like going for the argument. You were trying to do
not
this.
that much. Not that much.
Okay, but there are people like this. You agree,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes.
There are people like this.
Yeah, just argued once, and I just avoided.
Mm-hmm.
And I was really cynical to them. And I went even further later on.
What was it?
So I used to say that I'm an atheist.
Oh, okay.
And I felt so fucking cool about it.
It's cool.
Proud. I was proud to say
Yeah.
that. Come on. Now we have this thing called fucking science.
Yeah. Why you
And
need
like, think about fucking Noah's Ark, fucking Moses parting Red Sea. You
It
expect me to believe
sounds
that shit?
ridiculous, right? It sounds ridiculous.
And you believe that fairy tale?
Can I tell you a fucking story with Anna? You don't know. You're gonna love this story. When she was little, she had a classmate.
Yeah.
And my wife, being as she is, she wants to be the best all the time. And her classmate, she was adopted.
Yeah.
So she felt a little bit jealous about this. Because everybody was like telling her, oh, you're strong, you're adopted. So she was she was convincing herself she's adopted and her parents
What's
are lying.
What's particularly cooler about being adopted?
It's not, but if you are and you find out,
It makes you different.
makes you different and makes you get all the attention. You know? Anna is super attention seeking. So when this happened, she was going around the house trying to find adoption papers. She said, "These are not my parents. I'm adopted." It's the same thing if you think about it, because when you say, "I'm an atheist," you're somehow adopted. You're like, in a sense, abandoned. You're wild. You're free.
No, that is as a result that you can
That's
say
the
right now.
result.
But that time,
Yeah.
there's no way I would think that way. I believed I was on the right track, and I went even further.
Yeah.
I used to be proud to being an atheist, but then I went further, even further. I went fucking anti-religion.
Yeah.
I thought religion is bad for human being. It shouldn't exist. Like we can solve all our problems if we try. Without religion,
Yeah.
we can use technology, science. Those days I was reading books about science, technology, and scientists, biographies and shit.
Yeah.
I used to think religion is an obstacle for this.
It can be, I guess.
It blocks us from
Now that you're mentioning this, I have to say this quickly, and you can go on with your story. That as a teenager, especially as a teenager male, like a guy, we go through these phases of our lives. When you're small, what do? You are
I think it's natural, right?
It's natural. You're attached to your mom. Your mom is your God. Nothing else.
Right.
You only want to hug your mom. When you grow up, you checking out little girls in elementary. You're so mesmerized by this female presence. It's like, it's natural. Then you grow up a little more. You start becoming a man, but little man. You know, you start like following sports.
Yeah.
And your father, maybe you do some repair, some bullshit like that. Then there's this place when you reach like 12th grade or further, when you go to college, you say, I want to be my man. I want to take my own journey.
That's
And
right. That's right. That's what I did.
That is not just picking up clothes and shit like that, man. It's religious, like your beliefs, your belief system, which is normal. Most people go this way.
I think so.
Yeah.
Even though many people seem to stay in one ideology fucking all life. Anyway, I thought we gotta believe in our ability, which is not given by God. We gotta keep striving toward this progress. Human can do anything.
Yeah.
We want. Doesn't this remind you of fucking something like can do anything?
Can do anything, that's true.
I thought religion is bad for us.
Yeah.
Without religion, we gotta be making more effort
To find the balance.
toward a better future, solve our problems and shit. And now I turn around from that extreme,
Yeah.
and now I think after all these ups and downs in life, I realize that I don't fucking know nothing anyway. I'm an incomplete human being, so
We all are.
I don't know that
We all
God
fucking
doesn't
are.
exist,
Yeah.
even though I believed before. But now there's no way I can prove it that it doesn't exist.
So you're in the place I was before. So you're like an agnostic. So you like
I think
you can believe, you believe and you don't believe in the same type. Like in a sense, you have no proof, but you don't want to say it doesn't exist.
so. These
Somewhere in the
days,
middle,
these days
yeah.
I say they may be a god or
Yeah.
any forms of
Yeah.
higher power or some kind of a
Higher power. I always imagine Iggy Malmsteen playing solo in this shit track. You know what I'm saying?
or some kind of a whatever entity, like a sci-fi entity. You
But
could, right?
again, I'm like a fucking guy with OCDs, and
Yeah.
I'm like a fucking guy with diction. You know, I'm like this guy that like takes care of fucking commas and full stops and he thinks when he writes. So I'll tell you this: when you say there's some kind of entity, if it's higher than you, it's your god. Maybe there's another god above that.
So that's what I think.
Let's not play with the words. then.
Maybe there's
You know what I'm
some
saying?
kind of a entity that we
Yeah.
still not yet discovered or don't understand, and maybe that's what
Yeah.
we call God. Or
I want to do a very fucking quick Q&A here. I want to do a fucking very quick Q&A.
ask me.
Do you believe in alien life forms?
I don't believe it.
You think we're the only species alive, higher species? Like, I mean,
I don't.
with higher
I don't
functioning.
believe that either.
So,
I just don't know.
you don't know. But what's your, like, your hint? What's your sense? Is there a reason? Like, there are fucking trillions of stars. So that's like, whatever. Like, I can't even calculate.
That's
how many
what
planets.
science tells me, but
Science tells you there must be,
what
right?
the fuck? What?
But
It's not that I found all the stars.
But listen to this. Listen to this. Every religious book, and I'm gonna put more emphasis on the Bible because I know
Yeah.
it better. It says God created the stars. So
They mentioned stars.
yeah. So God created everything, the
Yeah.
whole universe.
Yeah.
So why not He created more life forms? He just didn't tell you until you're ready to meet. You know what I'm saying? Like imagine this.
So that's one interpretation.
But I'll give you a very fucking example that you can grab your hands around. Let's imagine you like we release this shit and we become fucking billionaires, man, like Elon, somehow, and you somehow
Release what?
release an album,
Yeah.
and we become billionaires.
Yeah.
We're talking about like beyond belief money.
Then I sucked God's dick.
But listen, you find a wife and you have a child, but your plan is not to let this child know your son. So your son will only know you as a person. He will not know you as a rich guy. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm going with. This proven throughout history that very rich, powerful men
Yeah.
didn't say they were rich to their children because they wanted them to take their own paths. So, in that sense, in my brain, there might be other civilizations that the same God created, and in the end, we might meet. But it's not in there. Is not. We're not ready for this shit yet.
Yeah.
Because we were fighting each other yet.
Yeah.
What the fuck aliens we're gonna meet?
I'm
so,
open to it, yeah.
what I'm saying in a sense, alien life doesn't disprove God. If only it proves it
Yeah.
even further. You know.
You can make 100,000s of different interpretation, man.
Yeah, that's my interpretation.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's the correct one. I'm not fucking saying that. I like this. When we went to Barcelona with Anna, we went to her boss's house, Fabiana. She, she's from Chile, Sicilian. And they had this picture of Jesus and Mary, like this. No, like
She Catholic?
she's Catholic, and she had like, I'm like assuming, and she had like this picture of Mother Mary with Jesus in her hands, like like you've seen this thousands of times. And the amazing thing about this is every civilization paints Mary and Jesus differently, closer to how they look like.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
And
Jesus
that's the beauty of it.
is a Jewish man,
Yeah.
but it always looks like Anglo-Saxon or German man in European.
Yeah, but
pictures.
the picture I'm talking about, Jesus looked like Indian. Like I mean, you know
How
what I'm
come?
talking about. Because he had like these eyes, the skin, and the
Where is that?
everything.
Where is that from? The
Chile, Latin America.
That's why.
Yeah. He look. I'm not talking about Indian, Asian Indian. I'm talking about Indian like Latin America, Central America, which for me is like awesome in a
Yeah.
sense if you think about it. Because let's just say every civilization drew God in their own image.
Yeah.
But why is this a bad thing? I don't think this is a bad thing. I think this is beautiful.
Oh yeah, some people use that
Yeah.
to disprove.
They're
religion.
missing.
Yeah.
They're missing the fucking point. They're missing the fucking point. When I was younger, I got this book, Dan Brown's book, and he was talking about, Jesus might have a relationship with Mary Magdalene. You know where I felt?
Oh yeah.
I felt
There was a
this
massive
is
hit,
cool. I said to myself, this is cool.
Yeah, so fucking cool.
Because you know what? He was half man. He was half God, of course, but he was half man. So he's a man's counterpart. Wouldn't he want some companionship and some, action?
Yeah.
I guess so. So why are you trying to? You're not like taking me away from Jesus this way. You're actually making me believe in him more. Like the more you make him like God-like, the more it looks like a fairy tale. Ain't it? The more
Yeah.
stories I hear, the human stories, the more you get close to this. So I don't know. It's like
Yeah. That sounds amazing, man. So nowadays, I just say that there may be God. I don't fucking know. Just don't
Yeah.
tell me that you know. That's my
no.
stance
You
right
should
now.
say your belief.
So
But isn't this religion? Is belief?
yeah, it's about belief.
It's not
so
knowing.
that's where the arguments go wrong.
Yeah.
So those people, like I used to,
Mm-hmm.
those who try to disprove God by logic,
Mm.
and religious people, these two parties, when they argue about religion,
Mm.
this argument cannot be done in the first place because they are applying logic and reasoning, and the other parties is about faith, what they believe. So they're talking in two different channels in the first place.
It's like you're playing a note and you put like a fucking chorus, huge chorus,
Yeah.
and it's like so distorted now. It's like out of phase.
It's completely different approach.
Yeah.
But they don't realize, and then they argue. Now,
Wait! I have to stop you there. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Visit our website to join our mail list to receive news and special offers around the band and the show. Feel free to talk shit about things you like or dislike. And please support us through Patreon so we can keep making awesome content for you. Follow us on social media and don't forget, in a fight between idiots, nobody wins. Until next time.